Hi everybody, this is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. Welcome to lesson number 89. In this lesson, we will introduce the student to a new vowel diphthong, OI. Let's begin by setting up the table. You'll need your top 160 sight word list, and if your student has finished all of those words, then you'll need to move on to the top 290 sight word list. You can print off this list from the flyingcatacademy.com website by going to the guided lessons section and finding the second tab, which is called Extra Resources, a second page there. You'll need the Sight Word Study Method Teacher Instruction Sheet, the student's card pack, some blank cards for introducing new sight words, a highlighter markers, and some pencils. For the phonemic awareness drill, you need the teacher instruction sheet and the colored tiles for the student. You'll need the visual drill and auditory drill with the card pack for the student. We'll be doing a blending drill, so you'll have to have this one ready to go on the table, and if not, then I will provide it during the lesson. You'll need the magnetic letter tile drill instruction sheets for reading and spelling, with the cookie sheet with the letters spread in a rainbow shape for the student. You'll need the syllable pounding instruction sheet, the new phoneme grapheme kinesthetic discovery sheet, and the sheets for the lesson. You'll have the AUAW card sort that you've been using for the last few lessons. You'll also have a card sort on the table for when we introduce our new diphthong, OI. And a timer will probably be on the table because by now you've introduced the fluency element. To do this, you'll need to have a secondary program, such as Read Naturally or the 6-minute reading solution. Let's begin with the sight word study method. Student, I would like you to take out your sight word card pack right now. Read through all of the words in your pack. When you read a word correctly, you'll put a check mark in the corner of the card. When you're finished, you'll hand the card pack over to your teacher, and then it's your teacher's turn to read. Your teacher will read each card, and student, you will write them down, write each word down. When you write a word correctly, then in the other corner of the card, you'll put a check mark. Teacher, you're ready with blocking strategies to help in case the student encounters difficulties. When you're finished, have a quick discussion about which of those words has been mastered. Any mastered words will be removed from the card pack. This leaves space so that you can introduce a new sight word. Now it's time for the phonemic awareness drill. Student, I'd like you to take out your colored tiles for this one. Your word is bet. Can you repeat that word? I bet you can. Okay, I would like you to build the word bet with your colored tiles. Do that now. And tap it and say it. Do you have 3 tiles of all different colors? If you do, that's right. Now, find the in bet. Change the into an E. And what's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you get beat? If you did, that's right. I was beating on the drum. And now take away the t in beat, and what are you left with? Did you say B? If you did, that's right. Now find the b in B and change the b into a What's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you say re? That's a prefix that means again. I will review it. I will watch it again. Okay. Find the E in re and change the E into an ah. What's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you say raw? Before I cooked it, the meat was raw? If you did, that's right. Now find the in raw and change the into a f. What's your new word? Did you say fa? If you did, that's right. Let's turn that into a real word. Take a new tile and call it ol. Put it right after the f in fa. And what's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you say flaw? If you did, that's right. Great job. You can put your tiles away. It's time for the visual drill. Student, what sound does this one make? Did you say aw, as in autumn? If you did, that's right. Teacher, do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way. Now let's do the auditory drill. Student, can you say E? Now I'm wondering, think of all the graphemes that can be used to write that sound E. I want you to say that sound again as you're writing down all the different ways that you know to write E. Think of all the vowel teams. There's lots of different ways to do it. I can think of 5 ways that you've learned. And when you're finished, underline the different graphemes and say the sound again. Then we'll check your work. There are 3 vowel teams that can do it. Did you get EE? And EY can do it. EA, E all by itself. And Y can also do it at the end of a 2-syllable word such as baby, funny. Okay, teacher, do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way. It's time for the blending drill. This is where we're using those little paper grapheme cards. And your teacher probably has them set up on the table for you. And if so, then you're going to tap it and say the whole word. And then your teacher will change one card and you'll be on to your next word to tap and say. And you want to do this smoothly, like the goal is to have this go at a nice quick pace. Teacher, if you haven't put them on the table, then you can just keep on playing the video and I'll provide it here. Let's do some syllable pounding. Student, can you say this word? Disestablishment. What does that word mean? Well, if I establish something, I start it, for example, I could start a society. And let's say I want to take that society apart, well, then I would disestablish it. So say that again, disestablishment. And let's figure out how many syllables there are. So you could put your hand under your chin and say the word. Every time a syllable happens, your chin will hit your hand. Or you can stretch out your arm and say the word and tap out the syllables as you hear them. Your choice. Okay, let's see. Disestablishment. I hear 5 in that one. Disestablishment. Yep. Okay, how about this one? Lish. Can you repeat that? Part of the word publish. Lish. How many syllables? I just hear the I, so that's 1. Okay, how about this one? Punishment. Can you repeat that word? When someone does a correction to your behavior, we can call it a punishment. Punishment. I hear 3 in that one. Punishment. How about this one? Unmeaning. If you do something but you didn't mean to do it, you did it in an unmeaning way. Unmeaning. I hear 3 in that one. Okay, let's move on to scooping syllables. Student, can you grab your scooping syllables worksheet? And teacher, you'll take out the answer key. And student, you'll work through as many words as your teacher tells you to. And I'd like you to discuss your thinking while you're working on the sheet. It's time to do some word sums. We are going to look at different syllable types, bases in different syllable types, and add suffixes to those bases. You can choose a real word or a nonsense word. And on the 2 sheets that are provided, you'll see different charts. And the charts indicate that a different great rule is at play. And remember to talk through your thinking as you're working. Teacher, you've got an eye on the time, so you'll know how many words can get completed. We have introduced a new syllable type, which is called the vowel diphthong. Student, can you take out your rule card now? Tell your teacher what it means to be a vowel diphthong. We say when two vowels, and you finish it. Did you say when two vowels go walking, they make a brand new sound? So this is different than vowel teams. In vowel teams, we have two vowels go walking, and the first one does the talking. So you're going to have the first one saying the long sound. But in a vowel diphthong, that's not what happens. Instead of making the normal sound that we're used to, which is the vowel team sound, these guys are making a brand new sound. It's unexpected. You have learned about A, U, and AW so far, and we're going to review those ones by doing a card sort that you've done before, but we're going to do it in a different way. This time, the teacher will hold the cards that have the words on them, and the teacher will read the word. And student, you'll listen to the word and you'll tap it out, and you'll figure out where is that ah sound in the word. Is it at the beginning, the middle, or the end? And based on where it is and what pattern, because remember we were talking about those really common patterns like the AWN or the AUL pattern, you'll figure out, is this an AW or is it an AU word? And you'll point to the heading for where you think that spelling will fall. Will it be AW in the middle, AW at the end? And then the teacher will reveal the card and you can sort it into the right pile. Let's learn about a brand new vowel diphthong. This one is OI. OI makes the sound oi. Can you repeat that sound? Oi. This happens in many words. A common one, if I add a ol to the end of oi, can you tap and say that word? That would be oi, ol, oil. And OIL is a very common pattern. There are lots of words that can be made with the OIL pattern. Let's put a consonant on the front. Now tap and say it. That would be soil, soil. I will plant something in the soil. We're going to look at 3 different common patterns of oi by doing a card sort. You have this set up on the table for you, and there are 3 headings. They're the 3 common patterns that you'll see. And what I want you to do is take the word card and look at the pattern. Is it OIL? This one I would sort under the OIL pattern. So I've just moved the card and put it under the heading. You don't even have to read the words as you do this. You're just looking for the patterns and quickly doing a sort. At the end, your teacher's got an eye on the time, and your teacher will let you know if there's time to read through all the words or just a few of them. So do that activity now and then come back to me. Let's do the magnetic letter tile drill for reading. You'll need your cookie sheet with your letters spread in a rainbow shape for this one. Your sound is oi. Can you repeat that sound? Now find the correct tiles and pull them to the middle. Your sound is ol. Can you repeat that sound? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it. Did you get oil? O-I-L? If you did, that's right. Great job. Now, I would like you to say t. Can you repeat that sound? Now add t to the front of oil. Find the correct tile and pull it to the front of oil. Now tap and say your new word. Did you get toil? T-O-I-L? When you work, they call it toiling. He was toiling away at his work. Okay, great work. Put those tiles away and get ready for a new word. Can you say k? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say oi? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say n? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Tap it and say it. Did you say the word is coin? And did you spell it C-O-I-N? If you did, that's right. I took the coin and put it into the machine. All right, teacher, if there's time, you can do more words in this way. And if not, then move on to the single word list that the student will read. And then the student will work on reading the short story. Remember that if needed, you could read one line and the student could read the other. And then you'll move on to the fluency element that you've probably added to the lesson by this point. Okay, do all of that and then come back to me. Now let's do the magnetic letter tile drill for spelling. Student, your word is haul. Can you repeat that word? I might say the truck will haul the trailer. What's the first sound that you hear in haul? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in haul? Find the correct tile or tiles and pull them to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in haul? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it. And think about any common patterns so that you'll know how to spell the vowel diphthong. Did you spell this one H-A-U-L? If you did, that's right. There is a common pattern there, A-U-L. So fault, vault, haul are all that A-U-L pattern. Okay, great job. Put those tiles back and get ready for a new word. Your word is boil. Can you repeat that word? I might say, I will bring the water to a boil. What's the first sound that you hear in boil? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in boil? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in boil? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it. Did you spell this one B-O-I-L? If you did, that's right. Okay, teacher, if there's time, you can do more words in this way. And if not, student, grab a lined piece of paper and a pencil, and we're going to write some single words. Your word is paw. Can you repeat that word? Now tap out the sounds that you hear in paw and say them as you do it. Say the whole word and then write the word down. Okay, did you spell this one P-A-W? If you did, that's right. And turn this word into pawn. You'd have to add another symbol. Okay, did you spell this one P-A-W-N? If you did, that's right. Okay, your next word is coil. Can you repeat that word? I might put the hose in a coil. Okay, tap it, say the sounds, say the whole word, and write it down. Did you spell this one C-O-I-L? If you did, that's right. Okay, let's try another one. Join. Can you repeat that word? I might say, I will join the team. Okay, tap it, say it, and write it down. All right, it's time to write some sentences. The teacher will read out all 3 sentences, and student, then you can choose which 2 will be written. After you write a sentence, make sure that you check your work with CHOPS. Let's do a quick review before you go. We've been learning about vowel diphthongs. Student, can you tell your teacher what is the definition of a vowel diphthong? And what I mean is you can tell your teacher the sentence we use to remember what it is. Did you say, when 2 vowels go walking, they make a brand new sound? If you did, that's right. Now we've learned about 3 vowel diphthongs so far. What are the 2 graphemes that are used to make aw? Can you repeat that sound? Aw. Can you write them down right now? Did you say AW and AU can be used to make aw? If you did, that's right. And we learned about a brand new one today. Can you say oi? This happens in many words like oil, foil, coin. What is the grapheme that we use to write oi? Can you write down oi right now? And then we'll check your work. Did you say oi? If you did, that's right. Okay, great job today. That's the end of lesson 89. This is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy.